welcome to another edition of the Student's Cookery. Today we're going to do a onion soup, French onion soup. You can just call it onion soup. There's many variations of this soup. Generally I like to make it with mostly beef stock, but today I'm going to try something a little different. Today I'm going to try chicken stock. Chicken stock with a little bit of beef broth, just to darken it a touch, white wine, butter. I'm going to also put just some pieces of garlic in there. Let that cook down a little bit with the onions. And I have some wonderful Gruyere cheese here, which is the cheese of choice for a French onion soup. And what else? Some water. I want a nice little baguette to put in the bottom of the bowl. We're going to toast this up, and then also I'm going to serve these toasted with some fresh mozzarella and some sliced tomatoes on there too with it. So let's see what we're drinking here today. Today we're drinking an Island ginger beer that was gifted to me, and it tastes just like somebody put some fresh ginger in some beer. It's good, but I can't have a lot of this. It is quite refreshing though. Very sweet, but it has that ginger bite. So let's get started here with our butter. Now, a lot of people will tell you not to use salted butter, but I like to use salted butter, and then I end up putting less salt in later. So, which is good for me. That's what I like to do. So I'm going to let this cook down a second. Now when it comes to slicing your onions, you can slice them however you like. I have a mandolin, this one right here. It's a Pampered Chef mandolin and veggie slicer. It has 3 settings. I used it on number 1 to get them nice and thin. I had to cut some of them, quarter some of them, so that it would actually fit on there. Ideally, if you had some type of like nice deli slicer, that'd probably be the best. So I'm going to melt the butter here, and we'll check back to you in a minute or so when this is nice and ready to go. All right, so welcome back. We got our butter nice and melty here. It's a little dark, but not too dark. And we're going to put our onions in. Now this is 6 large onions. And really this is a soup you can't mess up. It can't break. It just got to cook down just like this. And you want to caramelize. You want to get nice and caramelized. And then when it's all nice and caramelized, it looks like a lot of onions, right? It does cook down pretty well. So the only thing you got to make sure is that when you're doing it is that you keep moving around a little bit, because you don't want to burn the bottom. But once it starts cooking down, you will get more liquid in there. So let this cook down for a little while. Watch the Cowboys try to score on the Ravens here, and see how that goes for the rest of the day. All right, we'll check back with you in a little while. All right, welcome back. We're going to now add the rest of our ingredients. We have our onions cooked down pretty good. I did forget that I mentioned the garlic, but I forgot to put it in on the camera. So I put the garlic in. So now there's just a couple pieces of garlic just floating around in there. And you can see that the bottom is nice and a little bit darker. So I don't like my onions to be too dark. That's why I like to use the beef stock. But first we're going to put in a little bit of white wine. That's about 1.5 cups of white wine. And I usually say, only put in what you're going to drink. I don't like buying that cheap stuff just for cooking. So we got our white wine that's in. I'm distracted by the Cowboys game, sorry. A little bit there. Okay, we got that nice mixed in. And now we have a cup of water. Gonna put that in. Smells pretty good. So now we got a whole bunch of butter in there, garlic, onion, salted butter. I'm gonna put our beef stock in. I'll let that cook for a minute or two before I put my chicken stock in. See, it changes a little, it makes it a little darker. Put a little bit of nice pepper in there. Let that cook down. Then we're gonna put we're gonna wait till the end to put salt in, because these are store-bought chicken stocks and beef stocks. So I don't like to buy the unsalted versions. Low sodium versions, I just don't think they taste right. So here we go. We're gonna let this cook down a little while. All right, let that cook down a little bit. And then we're gonna toast up the bread and we'll be ready to make some little bowls. All right, so welcome back to the Students Cookery. Looks like we're gonna be finished up here. We got our soup is nice and hot. We're going to add a little bit of pepper and salt to this. And I also added a little bit of steak sauce to darken it up a little bit and to give it just a little more flavor to what I like. So you may not want to. It's real nice in the bowl here. So in our bowl here, I do have a piece of bread in the bowl. And then on the other pieces of bread are some fresh mozzarella and some nice Roma tomatoes. So let's see what we got here. Let's get it. So we got that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to lay our cheese right on top. Just like that.
I can't pronounce the cheese.
That's Gruyere. So our Gruyere cheese. And there you go. So let's go around there. Let's get a zoom in on this. Let's get our taste tester though first.
Yeah.
Let's see if he likes it.
Yeah, the soup is pretty good.
I'm glad to hear that. So let's get a little I'll zoom in on that. You can get a final shot. We might have to get a little closer here. All right, and then we'll put up one more still shot when we're done. Thanks for stopping by the Student Cookery, and hope you like this video.